Happy Monday, sex bomb. I know that we are going to have the best damn week. We are going to have the best damn week. We're going to get paid. We're going to do amazing stuff. I'm so excited. Now, what we're going to focus on today is my favorite mantra of all time. People love to pay me. I am pretty sure that I picked this up from the queen, that is Amanda Francis. And when I heard this, it like altered me on a cellular level where I was like, that feels like something that I want in my life. And this is usually how I will, adopt mindsets where I'm like, oh, I like that. I want to try that on. And if it doesn't fit, I'm going to make it fit. Okay. I'm going to alter myself to fit that. And that is what we are going to do. So right now, I want you to think, people love to pay me. Why don't you say it? Okay. Say it again. Okay. Say it again with a bit more energy. Okay. Sweet. Now, think about it. When you say that, how do you feel? Like if you were to score yourself on 10, like 0 being like, absolutely fuck no, 10 being, of course, I have a God complex. Like where are we on that scale? I think that I'm a 10 and I'm hoping that maybe not after today, but you are going to go up. But by the end of the week, potentially by the end of the day, you are going to be like, oh my God, baby, I'm a 10. I'm a 10 out of 10. And I know you're a 10. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, sweet. We're going to focus on 2 things in our business this week. 2 things. That's it. And the byproduct of this is I know that 1, you're going to show up and you're going to sell. Okay. And then 2, you're just going to show up with this belief where people are like, oh, I love her energy. I just want to give her money. Okay. So when we think about people paying us right, often we think about the transaction that is cash in our bank account. And you could be like, well, sure, Peter, that's sales. And you know what? It is. But the problem is that we forget about everything in the lead up to that point. So it's almost like we could have, say, 100 people follow us, and then we're like, oh, but we didn't sell anything. And then it's like we're kind of, bringing that like skanky energy into our business. And you don't want to do that, okay? You don't want to be like, oh, no one's paying me. Because then when you're thinking that, guess what? You're not going to be like, let me go and sell some shit. You're going to be like, oh, no one's paying me. You don't want to do that. Ooh, okay, that's past you. That was like you last week, maybe past you. This is not future you. That's not in your future. So how fun is that? So there are 2 things that I want you to focus on. And if you still feel that you have a block around showing up and like selling, okay, and being really unapologetic around like, hey, this is an amazing offer, absolutely 100% buy it. There are going to be 2 things that I want you to think about. And this will even get you in the mood to sell. And this is something that you can focus on. I know that if you focus on this today, you are going to have the best week. Are we ready? I feel like I've hyped this up so much. You're like, Peter, tell me. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to remember is the micro purchase that is an opt-in. Now, if you have an email list, which you all should, especially if you listen to my podcast, what the fuck are you doing? Make sure you implement this shit, okay? I know I'm fun and entertainment. I'm not like the Real Housewives. I'm here to make you money, okay? So if you have an email list and you have people that find you on Instagram or Threads or Pinterest or Google or Facebook groups, wherever, if they are finding you organically and they are opting into your list, oh my God, they have technically saved you money to be there, all right? Anyone who has run any kind of paid advertising, paid lead gen, will tell you how expensive it is to get good quality leads onto your list, okay? If you're doing paid marketing for that, you can pay a lot of money. The last time I ran Facebook ads, it cost me $25 to get someone on my list. So guess what? Today, I open my inbox. I've had 3 people opt into my list. So I'm like, oh, I made $75, or they saved me $75. I did not have to pay $75 to get in front of those eyeballs. So now I have $75 to pay for something else. So anytime you have someone that opts into your list, and this is going to be really easy if you have done any kind of paid marketing and you know what it costs to get a lead, okay? I want you to attach a dollar value to that. Now, what you can do is you might be like, okay, let's work with $5 or $10, okay? And you're going to think, anytime people opt into my list, they're paying me to be there. They are paying me $10. So How good are you going to feel tomorrow if you have this awesome freebie that you never do anything with, and then you can show up online and you're like, hey, bitches, I've created this awesome thing. You're going to love to fondle it. You should download it. It's going to make your life better. You'll love it. You'll want me to marry into your family because it's so good. Okay. You sell, isn't this funny? You get 10 people opting in, you made $100. Okay. Now imagine the energy if you get your brain to think that anytime someone opts into your list, anytime you open your inbox and you see that and you assign that dollar value, you're going to be like, oh my God, I get paid. I get paid every day. And this is where we can look at little things in our business and we can start to rebrand it. So we look at it with a different perspective. And when we have that, we're then going to show up in our business in different energy. So even if you haven't, say, had someone give you, physical money for the last 2 weeks, or you feel like you're in like a little bit of a cash drought, but you still have people joining your list, it's still going to keep your energy high. So you're going to be like, okay, sweet. I know the cash isn't materializing, but people are still paying me. And I have another perspective for you. Attention has an actual dollar value. I'm pretty sure this is in USD, and it has gone up over the past 10 years by 41%. So the cost of attention now is $1.03. All right, $1.03 per minute. How amazing is that? So what we can take from this is, you think about it, if you are putting up fire content and you know that people are reading it, if you send out an email and they hit reply, like you know that they are consuming your content, you can then think, okay, sweet, like write an email, think, okay, perfect, this is going to take them like 2 minutes to read. Let's just keep working with the dollar. Or maybe you're like, no, I'm going to make it $2. Like, let's bring it into our terrible Australian dollar right now. You made $4. That person has paid you $4 of their time to read this. So this is amazing when we can look at everything that we're putting out there and knowing that even though people are not paying us right now with their money, they are paying with their attention. And it is the same thing. Now, the cool thing is with that, guess what happens? The more that we realize that, the more that we're going to want to show up, the more that we're probably going to want to send an email, the more that we're going to want to put something out on social media, the more that we're going to want to record a YouTube video, the more that we're like, you know what, let me actually invest in this. Let me not give some like little fucking quote, some shit thing. Let me actually write a piece where I'm like, I want to keep them engaged. I want them to be engaged in my shit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You think about it, every time you listen to a podcast episode, like if you're paying $2 a minute and this is 10 minutes, you've essentially paid me $20 to listen to this. Now, that's a whole different conversation because you think about it. This is where sometimes you might be like, oh shit, am I wanting to waste all my time on TikTok? Or am I wanting to waste my time scrolling? Okay. And we can start to look at things in our life differently. But I want you to go into this week thinking of these 2 things, especially if you are in the thick of shit, it's feeling hard. Remember those 2 things, that if you have people opting into your email list daily, amazing. They have essentially saved you money to be there. They've paid you. If you have people reading your shit, amazing. They're paying with their attention. And I want that to affirm that belief then of people love to pay you. So you can think right now about roughly how many opt-ins you've had, say in the last week or in the last month. Now, you might be like, oh my gosh, I've had none. Okay, great. You've got something to work on. There's a chance that the reason you're not selling is because you need to have more people in the sales funnel. We need to get in front of more eyeballs. We need to have that micro conversion that is an opt-in. Now, let's have a look at how many people have consumed your content. This also might be like, well, shit, I haven't posted anything. Okay, great. Because guess what? Now you've probably realized why people don't love to pay you, because you're not actually putting anything out there to get people to pay you. All right. So you're either going to walk away with this with awareness that maybe you need to show up a little bit more. Okay. Or you're going to be like, you know what? People love to pay me. I've literally made $1,000 in attention today. Could you imagine just holding on to that $1,000 in attention? You made $1,000, really like not doing a lot. That was 5 minutes work. Amazing. How could you go and now make another $1,000 of actual cash? What would that look like? That's going to be easy for you to step behind that because you've already done it and it was easy and it took you 5 minutes and you crafted it while sitting on the toilet, right? It's fun. So fun. Think about this. give this episode another listen, and I want you to write both of these two things down, okay? The value of an opt-in and assign a dollar value to it. If you've done Facebook ads before and you know how much it costs you, write that down. Otherwise, write $5, write $10. You could even go, depending on how like type A you are, you might be like, let me research my industry online. You go do that. And then the dollar value of attention. So it is $1.03, okay, per minute, and that's in US dollars. So again, depending on how type A you are, adjust that for whatever rate you've got, or round it down, make it $1, okay? And then think about that with everything that you do, with everyone that's consuming your content. And I want you to calculate that and see how much you're getting paid. And then I want you to like really think about that, really like adopt that into yourself and be like, yeah, you know what? I made $2,000 today. How awesome is that? And then see if you can match that. See if you can be like, okay, sweet. I've gone and made $1,000. How can I go and make 1,000 cash? What would that look like? How can I go do that now? I've made $5,000. Okay, cool. What would that look like? How can you go and do that now? And get behind that. Set yourself that micro challenge and go and fucking do it. You've got the whole week to make it happen. The whole week. Isn't it funny? I didn't even start this episode with the intention of giving you a cash challenge, but I'm like, we're here and this feels like a great idea. So let's just run with it. So work that out, run with it this week and let me know how you go. You might even be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to go and make $5,000 this week. All power to you, babe. You go do it. Tag me, message me. Let's go do this. Get that bag, make that money. I'm so excited. How fun is cash? How fun is sales? How fun is selling? Oh, people love to pay me. Say it now. Say it now. Say it again. Now, score it out of 10. What are we feeling? Are we 0 or are we 10? Okay, babe, take that into your week. Go and make some serious money. I love you. I love you more than selling. I love you more than how fantastic I looked last night. I love you more than a Rothko. Oh my God, I want a Rothko. Imagine having that much money that you can go and buy a Rothko. Oh, I know, right? This is why we need to anchor into this shit so we can go and buy our investment art. Anyway, hot stuff. Love you. Mwah.